Yo, what is going on, guys? Here we're gonna do a full card breakdown for this upcoming LFA card. We got a really good LFA card this week on Friday. This will be taking place in Brazil, Brasilia, the capital of Brazil. I believe it is the capital, Brazil, Brasilia. So we got in the main event. We got Marcos Degli headlining his first card in LFA, and I'm excited for Marcos. He's got a win over Andre Lima in the amateurs. Tremendous win, right? Tremendous win for Marcos Degli. Having a name like Andre Lima on your resume, even though it was in amateurs, he's been looking great right now. He's coming off back-to-back finishes in the co-main events in LFA, so I'm excited for Marcos. I think we're gonna see him in the UFC soon. We also got Herbert Sousa, who's 19-2. His only loss, I believe, recently was to Muin Gafurov, so he's been looking really good recently. These guys were supposed to fight back a few months back, but I guess something happened with Michelle Lima, so he wasn't able to make it a couple months back. But now they're running this fight back. We also got Marina Monteiro. I believe we cashed on Marina Monteiro at plus 185 in her LFA debut over McIntyre. So I'm excited to see Marina Monteiro back in LFA. He was supposed to make her KSW debut a few months back, but I believe he had some visa issues. So that's why he wasn't able to go travel to Poland and fight in KSW. And I'm happy that he's on this card. We need someone like Marina Monteiro on this card. We also got Daniel Araújo coming off a tremendous win in his debut over Ramazan Timirov's brother, Azizbek Timirov. He looked tremendous out there. He took his undefeated record, and I'm excited for Daniel Araújo. He's gonna look really good out here. I have really good high hopes for Araújo. Let's talk about this card, man. Obviously, we got João Pedro Moreira on this card. We cashed on him at plus 300, I believe, over in his last fight. He was a big underdog over Gustavo Ribeiro, and he knocked him out in the first round. So I'm impressed. I'm happy he's on this card. We do really well on that card. I believe we've been like 13 out of 13 on that card. We do really well for LFA. Also, I post my picks for free on my link down below. Make sure you guys go check that link down below in the description. Also, join the Discord. We're coming off really good weeks in PFL. Back-to-back weeks, we absolutely killed it. And also, we've been killing it in baseball. We were on like a 5-day streak for baseball, cashing bets every day. I drop one bet every single day for baseball. We've been cashing on those. So make sure you guys join Discord. We got over almost 500 members in Discord community, and we have one of the best Discord communities in the space right now. But there's also bets for soccer, basketball. Baseball now. We got MMA. Obviously, we got boxing. We got gaming. We even got gaming. So make sure you guys click the link down below and subscribe to the channel. By the way, that's the way you can support my channel. If you guys all subscribe to my channel. And now let's do a breakdown for this card, man. First fight on the card is gonna be Romana Toscanelli taking on Carol Silva. I'm gonna go with Romana Toscanelli. She's training over there with Bonfim Brother Jim, and they're obviously Gabriel Bonfim is fighting on that Nashville card on the UFC Fight Night card this week also, right? So they got a couple of fighters fighting out of Bonfim Brother Gym on this card, and she's gonna be the first one from that gym fighting this week. And I'm gonna go with Romana. I think she's gonna win. She's dangerous. She's a left finisher. She has really good grappling. Her boxing isn't bad. She's got power on the feet. And Carol Silva's barely been fighting. She's got one fight in the last she hasn't fought in 8 years. What are we doing right now? She hasn't fought in 8 years, and she's 34 years old. I'm gonna go with Romana by first round submission or KO TKO ground and pound. That's gonna be her pick for this first fight on the card. Next fight on the card, we got Gabriel Vinicius taking on Lucas Tenero. Another guy hasn't fought in almost over 2 years, and he hasn't really fought in any major promotions. And we're gonna go with Gabriel Vinicius here. He has taken a loss 2 years ago to Gabriel Araújo, which honestly is not bad. Losing to Gabriel Araújo is not bad in amateurs. I'm gonna go with Gabriel. I think he goes out there, finishes him by submission. I'm gonna go, and he's gonna be a lot bigger. He's 6 feet tall, and he's going to be fighting Lucas Tenero, who's only like 5'6", so he's going to have all the physical advantages over Lucas Tenero here. Next fight on the card, we got Julia Boros taking on Radita Aquino. Now, I wasn't able to find any tape on this girl. I guess he's training at Shoot Box K-Nan. I'm not even sure where that is. We're going to go with the Brazilian. I'm going to go with the Brazilian. She's fighting really close with some really low-level competition, which isn't good, obviously. So maybe don't parlay this girl in your parlays. But I am going to go with her by submission. I reckon she can get it done by submission, or maybe might just go the distance. Now, a fight that I am confident in, Beatrice Consoli, I believe we're like 4-0 in her last 4 fights in LFA. And she's been looking tremendous. She can do everything really well. She can grapple. She can strike on the feet. She throws ton of volume, I mean. And she can win fights anywhere. She got really good cardio. And we're going to go with her by decision. I could see her finding a finish here. I think she might go out there and find a finish here. But I'm going to go by decision. I mean, she's not really that dangerous. I'm going to go Consoli to win by another decision. Next fight on the card, we got Nato Pinero taking on Claudio Mireles. I'm going to go with Mireles. I think he's a more dangerous fighter in this fight. Probably doesn't have the same level of ground game as Nato. But I'm going to go with Claudio. I reckon he can knock him out on the feet. And his takedown defense should be okay enough here. This is a flyweight matchup. I'm not sure how tall Claudio is, but I'm going to go with him by KO in this one. We're running through these early prelims. Obviously, we're gonna probably take longer on the main card fights because I did more research for those ones, because you can find more tape on those fights than these early prelims. All right, let's move on. Next fight on the card, we got Vinicius taking on Cordero. I'm gonna go with Vinicius. I did fade him in his LFA debut. He was favored by, I believe he came in at like -150, -160 over Luan Pedroso. Luan Pedroso was able to go out there, put him on his back, take him down over and over, kind of beat him up on the ground. And this obviously he's a dangerous striker, man. He's got power on the feet, and I think we can see him find another KO here. Now Jonathan Cordero, he lost to Gabriel Braga, who's actually a really good PFL fighter. I'm sure you guys, if you guys watch LFA, you guys obviously watch PFL and UFC, so you guys know who Gabriel Braga is. And that was his first fight in LFA. That was his debut in LFA, I believe. He's got a lot of KO power, but I don't know if I see him knocking out. Vinicius here. I'm gonna go with Vinicius by KO TKO. He could sub him also. He normally finishes fights by submission, but I'm gonna go Vinicius by KO TKO. I think he's the better striker in this fight. Next fight on the card, we got Lucas Gouveia taking on Luis Felipe Herculano. Man, this one's a tough one because I watched tape on both these guys, and I'm not really I don't think these guys are like crazy good right now. They're both undefeated. One guy's training from training at a Brazilian top team, which is honestly, I like picking guys that train at a better teams. I mean, over better gyms. Doesn't mean they're gonna win 100%. But Lucas, he's okay. He's a decent striker. Has some power on the feet. He's finishing people. I'm gonna go to Felipe. I think he can have success with his grappling here, and he's already made his LFA debut and got the KO there about a year ago. And he's 26 years old. These guys are both pretty young in their prime. I'm gonna go to Luis Felipe. Does he knock him out? I'm not sure if he knocks him out. He could finish him though. Like, he finishes everyone. I mean, but this one's gonna be a legit test for him because Lucas ain't no pushover. I'm gonna go to Luis Felipe by finish in the later rounds. Next fight on the card, we got Milton Azevedo taking on Marcio Cobral. Now, I was able to do more research on this one. Milton's going to be more well-rounded. He's going to have the better game plan overall, like more ways to win. He can grapple, he can wrestle, he can strike on the feet. He's pretty durable. I believe he's never been knocked out. He has been subbed before. And the last one to catch him in a submission was Bruno Lopez. Bruno Lopez is a UFC fighter. I believe he's 1-1 in the UFC now. Because he took his first loss to Justin Jacoby, which wasn't a really favorable matchup for him, if we're being honest. but he's not a bad fighter. Lopez ain't a bad fighter. So losing to Lopez, who can grapple, who's really physical, and obviously in his prime, he took that loss. I believe he's only like 24 years old. He's 27. Okay, so he's not that young. But I think Milton, if this is a stand-up fight, I think I favor Milton. I favor his striking a bit more. I favor his forward pressure a bit more than Marcio. I think he can knock him out on the feet. I really do. I think he's gonna find another KO here or submission. I think he can find another KO here. I'm gonna go with Milton to find another finish. I see a lot of finishes on this card. I see a lot of fights ending in finishes on this card. Next fight on the card, we got Samuel Diaz taking on Juliano Presendo. Now, this fight, obviously, if you guys watch tape on Samuel Diaz, you've probably seen him almost get knocked out cold like 2 times in one of his fights. I believe it was this fight right here against Lucas Silva. Somehow he recovered, man, because he was like, I thought he was knocked out cold in the first like minute. Then he came back and he started getting takedowns. He started having success with wrestling. Then he ended up on top, landing nasty elbows against Lucas Silva. That was very impressive. I was very impressed by Samuel Diaz there in that matchup because he showed a lot of heart. He showed a lot of toughness there. Obviously, I worry for his striking defense. He is a bit chinny. I mean, you're getting dropped left and right by Lucas Silva, who obviously has some power, but like you should not be getting dropped that much. But he's shown that he can recover. He can come back and win. And Juliano is going to be the better striker here. He doesn't really have the best grappling. He does shoot takedowns out there, which did catch him in submission. He got caught by Henjo Corti because he shot a takedown on him and he got caught in that guillotine submission. And I can see him doing something like that here. But I'm going to go with Samuel Diaz. I believe he has the better wrestling. He's got the better grappling. He's going to be more dangerous if they do grapple. And I'm going to go with Diaz by submission in this matchup. Next fight on the card, we got the former UFC fighter Claudio Ribeiro taking on Diego Diaz. Now, we all know Claudio Ribeiro from UFC. He lost to a couple of guys. He lost to CLD, Christian Leroy Duncan. He lost to Kopylov. No shame losing to Kopylov. He lost to Abdul Razak Al-San, who absolutely murdered him and like knocked his ass out. I don't know if he knocked him out cold, but like, the problem for Claudio Ribeiro is that he hasn't really improved his game. He's not really we're not really seeing any improvements from Claudio Ribeiro. He's the same guy that he was in UFC. He's still gonna go out there, swing a bunch of hooks. If you can catch you, he can knock you out. He hits really hard, but he's not really setting anything up. Like he's not really gonna go out there with a game plan like wrestle you. The only fight that I've seen him wrestle in was against Joseph Holmes, who's a complete bum. Excuse me. So like that's the only fight I've seen him like go out there, have success with his wrestling. But he's got power obviously, so you got to be careful. And Diaz has been knocked out before, but I feel like Diaz is gonna get those takedowns, gonna out wrestle him on the ground, and he's gonna have the better cardio. So I'm gonna go with Diaz by submission. He takes him down. He's gonna sub him probably in the first round. This fight should not go over 1.5 rounds. I think this fight ends under 1.5 rounds. And I would bet the under 1.5 rounds. I'm sure if they open the totals at 2.5 rounds, next bet the under 2.5 rounds. Like Ribeiro's only gone to the 3rd round, I believe, once, or he's only gone to the scorecards once. He hasn't gone to the scorecards since 2018. So obviously the Ribeiro's a killer be killed type of fighter, right? So either he goes out there, knocks out Diaz on the feet in the first round because he has a lot of power, or he gets knocked out or he gets sub. I'm going to go with the Diaz. I feel like at this point, he's going to have a better game plan, and he should have the better grappling here, better jiu-jitsu on the ground. So I'm going to go with Diaz by submission in the first round, or KO. Could be a KO also. Next fight on the card, we got João Pedro Moreira taking on Leonardo Cerboni. Man, we cashed on João Pedro. Plus, I believe he was like plus, what was he, plus 300. I was almost plus 300. We took him there. So I liked him overall. Like I know people are fading him probably because he lost to Vieira. I mean, Vieira's like 9-0 and he's like 4-0 in LFA, all finishes. So like losing to Vieira, no shame in that. And then I just didn't understand him coming in as a big underdog to I believe who was his last matchup? He came in as a big underdog to Gustavo Ribeiro, who hadn't really proven anything at that point. He was making his LFA debut. So So I really didn't understand the odds on that fight, but we did take advantage of that. This matchup, I think Pedro has counter striking. He's super dangerous early. He's definitely going to be the more dangerous knockout fighter, like the fighter that can knock out in the first round. He's got all finishes by first round KOs, all KOs in the first round. I mean, he's been finished in the second round by Vieira, who took him down obviously and beat him up from top position. But I don't think Cerboni has the wrestling to take him down round after round and wrestle him. And I'm gonna go with Moreira. I think he knocks him out in the first round. Things can get a little tricky if he does get taken down. He gets controlled in the mat. But I'm gonna go with the Moreira to find another KO, first round KO. Next fight on the card, we got Daniel Araújo taking on Thomas Bryan. Now, this is going to be an easier matchup for Daniel Araújo. He made his LFA debut, took on Ramazan Temirovs, who's a UFC fighter at flyweight, and recently beat Charles Johnson. That was his brother. That was his, I believe that was his blood brother, Ajibek Temirov. And I actually bet on Temirov. I thought Temirov was going to have success with the wrestling, but apparently you couldn't really take this guy down or hold him down. And on the feet, he was just stuck striking with a guy who's a lot taller, lankier, the much better kickboxer. And that's what you're dealing with when you're fighting a guy like Daniel Araújo. He has really good, sharp striking on the feet, really good kickboxing, a lot of spinning attacks. And he hits hard, man. I think he couldn't knock out Temirov, who's obviously very tough, really durable, and really good physical shape. I think we're going to see him find a KO here. He should go out there, find a first-round KO, maybe a high kick. I'm gonna say a first round high kick, maybe like a spinning back fist or like a nice front kick up the middle. I think we see Daniel Araújo go out there, make a statement. So we're gonna go with Araújo by KO in the first round. Under 1.5 rounds, bet the under 1.5 rounds there. Now, next fight on the card, we got Marina Monteiro. Now, I actually had a bet on her. I bet her last 2 fights. Obviously, the last one got canceled in KSW. I believe I got her like plus 145 in KSW. She was supposed to fight on this girl, Wozniak, and this fight ended up being canceled. I was pretty confident on her because I like her game overall. She's a powerful striker, not really the most technical striker, but she can wrestle, she can strike, she's got a lot of power. All wins by coming by finish. She's finished everyone out there. One submission, 4 KO TKOs. And her finishing Kendra on McIntyre, who's actually a really good Muay Thai striker, shows that she's gonna be willing to go out there, bite down on the mouthpiece and swing, even if you're having success early against Monteiro, which McIntyre was having success early in the first round. But Monteiro just put that pressure on her, and she found some openings and rocked Kendra McIntyre, and she was up to go out there and break her. That's the first time Kendra McIntyre had been finished and lost legit, because her other loss, she got disqualified in her other loss. This was a disqualification. That wasn't a legit loss. So she made a statement, in my opinion. I mean, knocking out Kendra McIntyre on the feet, standing TKO, that's a statement. And I feel like I do think she's gonna make another statement here. I don't think we're not gonna get her a plus money here. Ferreira isn't bad. Her losses are not bad. She lost to Danny Silva, which was a close fight. She lost to Natalia Alves, which isn't bad. Obviously, Alves is really good, undefeated. But I'm going to go with Monteiro. I think Monteiro can go out there, find a submission or a KO TKO, finish this fight. I'm going to go Monteiro by KO TKO, standing TKO, maybe another one. Next fight on the card, we got Ribeiro Sousa taking on Michelle Lima. Now, obviously, we don't have odds on this card. There's like no odds on this card at all. So, like, yeah, I guess I'll tell you guys after we're done breaking down the fights who's going to be favored, who's going to be the underdog, in my opinion. Normally, we're pretty good at predicting who's going to be the underdog, who's going to be the favorite. I'm sure they will probably drop the odds tomorrow or maybe later tonight. Normally, they drop the odds on Sundays, but they haven't dropped them yet. Let me see. I don't think they dropped them yet. I was checking earlier. There's no odds for LFA just yet, but they'll drop them soon. So I'm sure your book will have the odds up soon. That's why I wanted to get this breakdown earlier. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. I want to hit 3,500 subscribers in the next few months. And I would appreciate if you guys all subscribe. I do a lot of tape study for every fight when I'm breaking them down. So yeah, it takes a lot of work. All right, let's talk about this fight now. Ribeiro Sousa. This is a striker versus grappler matchup. Michelle Lima is going to be the better kickboxer, whereas Herbert Sousa is going to be the better grappler, pure grappler. He's going to be a little bit shorter. He's not going to be as big as Michel Lima. I was picking Lima in that first matchup because I did think he could maybe defend some takedowns and have success in the feed. His takedown defense really is not that bad. Like, his takedown defense is not that bad. And he fights really close. If you don't finish him early, he fights really close. He fought really close with this guy. He's been fighting really close with some pretty good guys. Renando, where I mean, he's not bad. So like, all these losses are by like close decision, which can go either way. So like, you gotta go out there, take him down, round after round. You gotta find that submission on him, and don't let him get back into the fight. And I don't really like Sousa's striking that much, but I do see him having success here with his grappling. This one's tricky. I want to go with Michel Lima as underdog because I know he's going to be an underdog. He was a slight underdog in their first matchup a few months back, which ended up being canceled. I might go Michel Lima here. I feel like he can defend some takedowns and win. He has been subbed twice before, which was obviously a while ago. It was back in I believe he got subbed back in like 2016. I think his takedown defense shouldn't be that bad at this point. I'm gonna go with Michel Lima. I think you can pull an upset here. Michel Lima, maybe by like decision. Now, the fight that I've been waiting for, the fight that I'm really hyped for, the reason I'm doing this breakdown for this card, because of Marcos Degli, man. This guy is good. Marcos Degli, one of the best flyweights out there that's not on the UFC roster currently. Now, this is a short notice from Montero. Severino. Marcos was supposed to take on, I believe he was supposed to take on that guy from Peru, Oscar Miguel, who was 14-1 and really never been finished. He was on like a long win streak. I believe he's on like a 13-5 win streak. And I was gonna pick Marcos over him. I think he could have knocked him out, honestly, but that was gonna be a tougher matchup for Marcos. Even though I was gonna bet on him there 100%. We could have got better odds there. Like, I've been betting on this guy, man. Like, he's been cashing for us. We bet him over Lincoln Santos in parlays. He cashed for us there. That was an easy one. We cashed on him over Allison Merlo. He's only like minus 160 there. He should have been like over like 3-1 there. But Marcos is gonna win this one. He's gonna be the much more powerful striker, the much better grappler in this fight, the more finishing ability early in the first couple of rounds. And I think he's going to go out there, find a submission, or knock him out in the first round. So I'm going to go to Marcos by first round. I think he's going to knock him out, or like maybe submission, but I'm going to go KO. He could do one or either. He's finished everyone in the last 5 fights under 1.5 rounds. So I would look. I'm sure they're going to open maybe they open the totals at 2.5 rounds. I would take the under, like max bet the under. If they open the totals, because this I believe is a 5-round main event. Yeah, because it's a championship fight for LFA Interim Flyweight Championship. This is a 5-round main event. So if they open the totals at 3.5 rounds, I'm sure a lot of money's gonna come in on the under 3.5 rounds, under 2.5 rounds. Maybe they open the totals at 1.5 rounds because the books are really sharp nowadays. So maybe they open the totals. Maybe they should probably open them at 2.5 rounds, and I think it will probably drop to 1.5 rounds. So I'm going to bet the under, and I'm going to bet Marcos in parlays. I think he's one of the better parlay pieces on this card. So let's put our picks in now. We got Marcos by KO in the first round. Lima by decision. Moreira by KO TKO. Second round. Araújo by KO TKO in the first round. KO TKO in the first round. I see a lot of finishes on this card. Diaz by submission, first round. He could probably garner upon him too. So I would parlay the under 1.5 rounds here with the under, and that maybe you can parlay the under in this fight with the Marcos money line if it's not too chalky. Diaz by submission, maybe first, second on. We're gonna go with the KO. I'm gonna go with the KO in this one. KO in this one. We'll go with the KO in this one. I'm picking a lot of finishes. I think we're gonna see a lot of finishes. Maybe not. Maybe this one might go to this. Maybe. Picking submission in this one. I believe am I picking submission? I think I'm picking submission in this one. first round submission. And we'll go with the submission in this one, first round. So there you guys go, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the quick picks breakdown for UFC. Not for UFC, I mean for LFA. LFA 212. And make sure you guys drop a like on this video and also subscribe. If you guys all subscribe, I'm sure we're gonna get some new people watching my content for the first time. This is your first time watching my videos. I cover LFA, I cover PFL every week. We're coming up some really good PFL cards, back-to-back PFL cards on Friday, Saturday. We're live for both of those cards. I might be live for this card. So I'd appreciate if you guys all subscribe and like the video and help out with the YouTube algorithm. I want to thank the members on the channel. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. And make sure you guys join Discord. We've been cashing on baseball, other sports. We got more than just MMA in Discord. There should be a link down below in the comments maybe. Or there should be a link in the description for Discord. And follow me on Twitter and Pick MMA. And also follow me on Instagram, Pick MMA. I'll see you guys next one later.